what would bring you in? That's terrible. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming by. Today we did a little project on our fence line. We have a tractor and a disc already, but we don't have a box blade or anything really to get it level after disking. So I went ahead, put together a little thrown together a little drag. You'll see it in the video. It worked very well, and you can't beat it because it was like $3 worth to make it of wire that we already had here that we bought for another project. So yeah, this channel is going to have a bunch of projects on it every day since it is a farm. We're getting livestock like cows, chickens, pigs, goats, a lot of things. We're just getting everything prepared for that. So go ahead, drop a comment down below, subscribe, share, hit us up on here. We'll comment back to y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. Thanks. If you hear closely, you can hear the tractor coming up. My brother Tristan's driving it over here with the disc. You can also hear some ambient barking. People are out hunting with dogs and all that stuff around here. This parcel of land is actually located in a wildlife management area. So we have hunting going around all year. This parcel of land that you'll see over the course of the videos is roughly 50 acres. So we're gonna have a bunch of activities, just record day to day, all of our ins and outs that we do, all of our projects, kind of dabble in everything really. So it's gonna be pretty exciting, I think. So we're at the location where we disked yesterday. As you can tell, there's quite a large rut. So the disc is a tined blade, or actually a box essentially with tined blades on it, and it tills up the ground or breaks up the soil really. And in a perfect world we'd already have a box blade to make everything even and uniform, but today, like I said, we're gonna try and knock off these ruts, make it level, and then eventually we'll go ahead and seed the fence line. So Tristan, the middle brother over here, he's coming up on a Kubota MX 5200. Good tractor. It does not have the hydrostatic shock transmission, but it definitely puts on some work. If we look closely, when he comes up a little bit further forward, he's actually he's disking it again. So we'll zoom in on that and show you what he's doing. See, look how deep these ruts are. I mean, you might not be able to tell. So he's coming up right now. Sorry if it might be a little loud. So he's coming through with the disc. And as you can see, those plates, they're scalloped. They're actually breaking up the earth. And when he passes by, you can see the channel that it created. All the way down the area that we drove up a few minutes ago. So this is what I'm talking about. Put your foot on the inside of the rut. It's about, I don't know, 1.5 feet in height. So what we're gonna do is try to improvise a drag to knock over the soil like this. Boom. Try to get as even as possible. There's a lot of roots and sticks. This whole fence line was overgrown. So the people who had this property before us kind of just let nature take its course and overgrow, and there's just a lot of work that we're going to be doing. But I wish we would have recorded that for y'all. We cleared the whole fence line. We're going to be doing some actual fence repairs until we replace the whole perimeter fence. So like I said earlier, this property lies inside of a wildlife management area, so we have hunters and other people who come by and run dogs, so they cut the fence, if you can see that. So you have these big voids, these big gaps in the fence line. So we're going to replace it, and then eventually we're going to replace the whole perimeter fencing. So here's the tried and true little MX 5200 by Kubota. It's got a little front end loader. This is the first ever tractor that we've owned. We actually lucked out and came with the property. If we turn it on, it has a little bit less than 210 hours of use, so it's essentially a pretty new tractor. Still has the little nipples on the tires. Back here is what I was mentioning about a disc. This is a Land Pride model or brand. These are the plates that I was talking about. It ends up breaking up the soil, creating loose earth that you can level out. The only thing about these is you got to worry about hitting big enough roots that you can break these plates off. Then you have to replace them, so trying to be cautious about that. Little behind the rear tire action, Land Pride, like I said. It's beautiful out today. There's Tristan. So guys, what we're going to do right now is move some of this big stuff out of the way, just so that we get a better pass with the disc, get a better result for the time put in. I mean, the disc could get through this, but big stuff like this is just not going to yield a very good result. So we want to break up that earth so we can get to bare mineral dirt, so that when we drag it, after we get done with it, we can go ahead and seed it. So we'll have lush grass back here on our property line. So we're just going to do that for a little bit. Yeah. Whew. So down here, guys, we got a little wet marsh area coming through this fence line right here. So all we're doing really is taking some of the limbs and branches that we cut down and putting them across in the mud. Kind of build it up a little bit. So from this point to across the other side of the wet spot, we're not really going to disc it up. We don't want to disturb it as least as possible. So we want to build up a path through it. So that's what we're doing. So Tristan here is going to go ahead and start discing that lane while I go and try to create a drag and take y'all along. Letting the tractor warm up a little bit. Here we go. See the discs start breaking up the topsoil. Now he's dropping the disc back down in to get a bite. Alright, y'all. So out here on the trailer that I brought up from the barn, we have an old cattle gate. We have some plate weight. And then we have some strong chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to assemble a drag and pull it behind the side-by-side while Tristan is disking. Got our little cattle gate here. Little 45-pound plate. Another little 45-pound plate. And we have two 35-pound plates. And then two 25-pound plates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this old, not really old, it's just rusted. People call it baling wire, but I don't ever remember bales of hay being wired. So we're just going to use this wire. I think normally bales of hay are held together by like rope and string. So that's what we're going to use. If I can find the beginning of it, which I'll just pull it out from the middle. And we'll lash it to the actual gate itself. So we'll take our wire, put it on the back of our trailer hitch, or our chain, put it on the back of our trailer hitch. Take a strip of wire, and same thing, we're just going to thread it through, just like this, and lock this joint down. The force generated by pulling and dragging it across the surface of the dirt, probably going to break this wire, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe not, maybe so. Seems to me like it's doing a pretty good job. Well, everyone, let's see what our first pass looked like. Oh, by the way, it held up. All the plates are still in place. Got a little bit of topsoil or dirt on top of our drag, but let's see. So our first pass, so number one, looks like it's doing some pretty good work. Quite impressed with it. I mean, in theory it should have worked, so I'm not too surprised, but much better than it was. So probably do this whole side right here has to be done already for the first pass. So what we'll do is we'll turn it around, do our first pass on our right side, turn it around at the very end of this fence line, come back around, do the same thing. So in total, it'll be 8 passes, 4 per side. But clearly, you can see the difference. Awesome. Awesome job. Very pleased with it. Again, from the other angle, that was not drug. That was drug. So, cool stuff. Turn the side-by-side around, hook the drag back up to it, and go down the right side now. So I don't know if you can hear me over the side-by-side, but this is a before. Using our homemade drag. We're actually pulling it behind us right now. Might be a little difficult to see. So if we look at the drag after today's work, it definitely put forth some effort. You'll see it in the video, the drone shots that we took. Trying to get used to the drone as well, so give me some credit, I guess, because it's not the greatest, but it definitely came out very good. But yeah, the drag, like I said previously, it only cost us like $2-3 to make, because all we had to put on here that we had to purchase out of pocket was some wire. So yeah, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody, and tune in for the next episode.